Alright, I ended up rolling on to do Hypnospace Outlaw pretty much straight away, which is good fun. I don't actually have a paper form for this to fill out because, well, my printer decided to not work, and I can't just reuse the old form because my cat's sitting on it, so that's great. I'm going to fill this out digitally. So you will hear some typing sounds, so please forgive me for this. The game we are playing this time is Hypnospace Outlaw, which is just a really cool name, honestly. The developer, Jay Tholen, is the main person in question. I will name the others as well. Mike Lash, is that an X? Xavier Nelson Jr. And that which is media. And the publisher is No More Robots, I believe. That was what popped up on the splash screen earlier. Original release date was sometime in 2019, I'll have to double check that. Genre... oh my gosh. Point and click, I guess. I don't really know what to call this one. I feel like I have that with all of these games, honestly. Description from store page, I'll do that later. Platform played on is Windows 11. Version played, I'll get to that later as well. Now, I'm not sure how much I'll be able to do with this because, as I mentioned in my last video, the archives section of this game is pretty much entirely concentrated in the entire third act. So what I am going to do... I could download the credits if I really wanted to. Let me just return. What I think I will do is... yeah, okay, let's just leave that as is. Have a look and see this first part. If there is anything in particular, because I don't actually remember, I haven't played this in years and years and years. I want to see if there's anything in the lead up to the third act that at all hints at... oh, gotta double click.
The future
What we're
is
after.
you. Your passion. Your imagination. Your hard work. And now, with the help of Hypnospace, you have the tools and the time to make it a reality. Witness the dawning of a new world, where sleep time is no longer downtime. It's where the future is built. A future built by you. Hypnospace.
Welcome to Hypnospace Patrol Department Enforcer Training.
You cannot tell me that those avatars from earlier were not slightly terrifying. Oh gosh. But seriously, this is like a huge nostalgia trip.
Hello, new enforcer.
For
Thank you for volunteering to help keep our wonderful
anyone
community of Hypnospace citizens safe. Hypno-S
who
Enforcer
used,
Edition
like,
is different from the standard version of Hypno-S in several key areas. This
late
tutorial will guide you through
1990s,
everything you
early
need to know to
2000s
best serve your
software.
fellow Hypnospace citizens and earn Hypnocoin along the way. Let's do this.
This is so nostalgic, oh my god.
Direct your attention to the top of your desktop, and you'll notice the Hypno-S info bar. From left to right, this handy toolkit features quick access to
the settings menu. The quick switcher. The application menu. The current date and time. Your HypnoCoin balance. The restart and log off buttons. Make sure to click the log off button to save your progress and safely exit HypnoS.
The info bar may be repositioned anywhere along the top or bottom of your desktop.
The absolute sound quality. The absolute sound quality. Can I move you? Thank you.
Hippie, also known as the Hypnospace Intelligent Intermediary, is your digital helper. He'll notify you when you receive important messages and even alert you to new HypnoS system updates. Hippie is always happy to help.
Here's a useful tip. Right-click any text in
Hypnospace,
and Hippie will read it out loud.
whether you're new to Hypnospace or a veteran citizen, you've come to the right place. Our experienced guides will take you on a virtual tour through some.
I should probably enable those captions, hey. Caption all hippie speech, thank you. So,
Chime is an easy way to remember the 5 types of violations that we'd like enforcers to keep an eye out for. C stands for content infringement.
I guess
H is
the
for harassment.
interesting
I
thing
for illegal activity.
about
M for malicious software. And
this
E
game.
is for extra legal commerce.
Excuse me, cat.
Find more information
not
in the
sit on my
HSPD
face?
handbook.
One of the interesting things I think about this game is the fact that your role changes throughout the game. You start off as an enforcer. Basically a mod, right? A mod or an admin kind of figure. Closer to a mod, I think. And then later on in the game, once you know the archiving bit kicks in, is you are no longer an enforcer. Of course, you have become an archivist yourself, which is interesting. Incidentally, I can probably tick that off. Is there an archivist? Yes, it is in fact the player character. I'm not entirely sure what the tasks performed would count as. But that's kind of going off memory, so I should probably stop there.
The HSPD Enforcer Dashboard is a special secure program that only our volunteer enforcers have access to. The inbox allows you to receive messages from MerchantSoft, Hypnospace, or HSPD dispatch agents. You may also receive automated communications from Hypnospace pages. Some messages come with files attached. Attached files will appear at the top of the
Downloading
message
illegal
and look like
content.
this. Attached files will be downloaded to your HypnoS download manager. The Cases tab opens as a database of all cases you've accepted. Most of your time will be spent on cases assigned to you by an HSPD dispatch agent. Cases are generated in response to complaints from Hypnospace citizens or leads from the Hypnospace security team.
Once a violation has been found, the offending citizen's name will be listed here. Click to jump to the
Offending
page
citizen.
where the violation was removed from.
Once all reported violations have been found in a case, you may close it by clicking the Close Case button. Upon closing a case, you will earn a bonus payout of 5 HypnoCoin per violation reported.
Excuse me, hippie. Actually, come to think of it, strictly speaking, because of the way that I've defined archives in my methods, both the email inbox and the case database technically count as archives. So let's wrap up this tutorial and then we can have a look at both of those.
Thank you for volunteering to help keep our... The Cases tab opens as a database.
No, wait, I just did that, didn't.
The Hypnospace Patrol Department Enforcer Training.
Important
Okay.
message received from MerchantSoft.
Hi, hippie, thanks. Alright, email inbox.
Important message received from dispatch.
All of a sudden. So, what I can say is, there are actually multiple, sets of archives in this game then. This is, Ugh. We're just calling it the enforcer dashboard, are we? That's my farm manager. Here is music if I so desire. Oh, I can rotate that. Not what I intended, but that's fine. Let me
The
reopen that
Hypnospace Patrol
tutorial.
Department Enforcer Training.
Yeah, that's fine. None of the rest is really all that necessary. My launcher is hungry. Oh my. That was my download manager. That was the dashboard. That's the Explorer itself. Okay. Alright, it's these tabs up here. Okay. I will just call this one the HSPD Enforcer Dashboard. And I will note that it contains both an email inbox and a case database. So this would count as, I guess this would count as a corporate? No. This is kind of one of those, edge case kind of things. I guess call it institutional. Kind of corporate. I will make a note that these are, commercial? I don't actually know if this counts as commercial.
Please return to your post.
Thanks, hippie. Give me a hot minute, okay? Oh, screensaver. I guess commercial web archive. Sure. So at the moment, so far, we have emails and also, what would you call case records? I guess it would just be that, case records, right? Type of workspace, online. Online slash fantasy operating system, I suppose. And it is called Hypnos. Whoops. I spelled that wrong. It is Hypnos. Physical space, no clue. I am literally asleep, so I will put this as other. Bedroom. User's bedroom, in fact. It's a virtual space, so I will include that as well. Security measures. I am the security. I don't know whether or not to count this as NA. Maybe registration. This is login walled. Effectively. Do I adhere to currently? Yes, by way of literally being the enforcer of the rules. Is there an arc that can be later? Oof. Sorry, kitty. And I can more or less ignore that for now. Okay, back to this. Let's have a look at these emails. Hello, new enforcer. Welcome to the Hypnospace Patrol Department. Adrian and Dylan Merchant here, co-creators of Hypnospace and founders of Merchant Soft. We would like to personally thank you for volunteering to help us keep Hypnospace safe. This is volunteering. This isn't even a paid job. It's just volunteering. You will be assigned cases automatically based on reports by Hypnospace citizens or activity we've noticed here at the Hypnospace Security Center. Look forward to receiving your first one shortly. Please remember that while you're enlisted, all outbound communication is prohibited. Excuse me, cat. Hey, stop biting me. Hey, wait. Have fun, the Merchant Brothers. Okay, so I guess one of the security measures is also no outbound communications, right? So I will put that there. No outbound comms. I don't know if I adhere to those rules yet. And the other... Ooh, I can download a
Downloading
thing.
Gooper screen.
Hello, new enforcer. This is a content infringement notice regarding any content that copies or bears the likeness of 1962 cartoon character Gumshoe Gooper. Look through your assigned zones for at least 3 possible violations and utilize your enforcement tool to check them. An image 1962 cartoon character Gumshoe Gooper is attached to this message. Dispatch. This has been an automated alert sent to all enforcers. Click the Cases tab above to view your progress on this case. Look, I'm all caught up, isn't that nice? Also, this is currently taking place in 1999. November, in fact. Alright. Case 001, Gumshoe Gooper infringement. Incidentally, speaking of copyright, I feel like this is something that, is definitely relevant to archival information, right? Just generally. I remember that while I was doing my placement at the National Archives, I apparently was in the only office that did copyright inquiries. So that was pretty interesting to sit on and have a look at. We to you too, hippie. Type of violations, content infringement. This is a content infringement notice regarding any content that copies or bears the likeness of 1962 cartoon character Gumshoe Gooper. Look through your assigned zones for at least 3 possible violations and utilize your enforcement tool to report and remove them. Okay. And here in my downloads is a picture of Gumshoe Gooper. Kinda cute, honestly. Oh, can I shrink this? Yes. How do I delete? There we go. Okay, here we go. So this is real nostalgic, isn't it? This is I've got some quick access links here, but these are the places that I have been assigned to. Presumably there are more. There may be more later. You can notice the load time, right? Let's keep Hypnospace safe. Here are some volunteer enforcer resources. And we can follow all these links just like a real website. Click the pin to keep the window in front. Bad Citizen McGee. Evil Town FL. Wow, that's such a stereotype. Much wow. Okay. Back to my assigned zones for now. I won't go too in depth. I feel like I could lose myself in this just because of the way this game is structured. I mean, look at this. How cute, right? Watch this brief video series for beginners. And I think there was a search. A way to search. Yes. So this is very much, this bit is quite similar to, I suppose, her story in some ways, in that, you know, one of the ways that you can access your information is by literally searching for it. Gumshoe Gooper art from my 1st grade class. I believe this counts as copyright infringement. Oh god. Directly bonk. Get paid. And it just automatically like 404s that image. Amazing. I mean, look at this. Do I want to get rid of the fan art as well? So like there are questions here about like power and how it's used, right? So I mean, I'm not technically serving as an archivist right now, but I think this is something worth taking note of. I'm not sure I would necessarily put this in like the behavioral trait section, right? Because this actually depends on you as a player as well, how you choose to approach this. Like, I think, yeah, like if I wanted to, I could banhammer this fan art, and it would probably go through, right? But you can make the choice not to as well. Oh, Gumshoe Group of 3D animations were actually donated by Noble Warlock Designs Inc. I made a self-portrait 3D version of myself with a little bit of artistic license. Sure, that totally looks like you. Thanks to Sandy for the Sandy card. And you can just like absolutely just follow all of the everything, right? Oh, I might search for Gooba as well. Ooh, there's definitely more here. Yeah, okay. This looks like an old school comic. It's gonna get the banhammer. I can get paid. I can, in fact, close the case at this point, I believe. But, like, if I really wanted to, I could keep going, right? Okay, I've got Hypnomail. Let's have a look at that. Inbox. You've sold your first case. Great job, new enforcer. Remember to close the case to earn your bonus after you've found all reported violations. Finding more than the minimum number of violations will result in a higher bonus. Cases may stay open for as long as you'd like. We will assign you new cases as they come in regardless. The case closure bonus exists solely to encourage more thorough investigations. Good luck, dispatch. So yeah, it is entirely up to you as a player whether you decide to do the bare minimum or keep going, right? So I won't make a judgment on behavioral traits for now. I may have to do that in its own kind of section. Hello, new enforcer. Citizen Zane Rocks 14 has been reported for harassment in the zone Teentopia. Please look for possible violations and utilize your enforcement tool to report and remove them. If Zane Rocks 14 is found in violation and you deem it necessary, please flag their account so the HSPD security team can look into the issue further. Remember that pages containing the harassment violations may be unlisted but can still be accessed through search tags. If related violations are found by citizens who are not Zane Rocks 14, please report them also. Dispatch. This case has been automatically assigned to me. Click the Cases tab above to view your progress on this case. So yeah, this is probably a good place for me to show you what the closed case looks like.
Wow, new enforcer. Great job removing that content infringement.
Yeah! I very definitely served the long hand of the law upon those folks who were doing copyright infringement. Yeah. Again, questions about power to be had here, right? This is definitely something that a mod should be doing there. Keeping an eye out for harassment and stopping that, right? So I will stop it there. I have collected some amount of data, which is more than none, which is better than I expected for the start of the game, honestly. And yes, I will... This is the lookout button. There we go. Does this let me close the game? Yes. I will... Whoops. Delete the file. And close. Wonderful. So that's that for my 3 pilot runs of my 3 games. And I can say, like, between these 3 games, like, I'm going to use the form to differing amounts. Some of the games don't have, like, an archivist physically present at all. Hypnospace Outlaw definitely will later on in the story. Not all of these games have an actual present, explicitly labeled archivist, right? So that part, which is actually like the bulk of the form, because most of the research that has been done with content analysis checklists has apparently been targeted at archivists rather than archives. So that's kind of interesting. So the use of this form will kind of be possibly all over the place, but that is probably fine, because this is not the only way that I'm going to be collecting data. So yeah, that is that. I will leave it there. And if you've been tuning into these, the next thing will be actually getting started on proper data collection, and I will be going through in chronological order of game release. So my order will be Her Story, and then Hypnospace Outlaw, and then Blueprints. And we will see if Blueprints gets any updates between now and when I get around to it. I am sincerely hoping that the 1.11 patch will be released, because that version is apparently going to be effectively the definitive version. So we'll see. All right. Until next time.